Alright, it's plugged in. It's been sitting out for a couple of days. I had to tighten up the truss rod a little bit because when I put the tension on the strings it kind of had too much relief. So there's a hair in there now. The action is still super high because I haven't done anything. The plastics are still on things. The tuners are working well. Now, as it comes to sound, acoustically, with my .46, .51, .76, acoustically sounds pretty good. Now, what I found out is this. Okay, we got no effects. We're going to set the amp back to standard 65 deluxe. I'm going to go with the middle one, 51. I use this one a lot. So that is the bridge pickup. Okay, all the knobs are full up. Now you can't complain about that, right? That is a good one. Okay, that's a good one. Now, watch this. And I did adjust the pickups up where they should be, and the neck is still lower than where it could be, and this happens. Bridge. The neck is 11.10 k ohms, 10.85. So the neck is hotter than the bridge. First time that's happened to me. But anyway, there are no screws on these pickups. They're only just slugs. So there's nothing to adjust there. But gizmo, the gizmo. Let me give you some gizmo. So the gizmo is on bypass right now, so that's why you're getting the muddy. But by playing around with it, I found out that when I go into non-bypass, I can make it close to acceptable as this one, and probably with a little bit of lowering it would still be a little bit better. And what I had to do there was put a 1500 picofarad in series with the signal, and the resistance is almost at the 5K, so I'd say somewhere between probably 3 and 5K, somewhere in that range. Measure it for sure. Now, the way this works, right, with the resistor in parallel with the capacitors, is that it acts, as a high-pass filter, which allows the highs to go through but not the lows. And depending on how you tune, the resistor tunes the circuit. So you can have a fixed resistor and variable capacitors to tune it, or you can have a capacitor and then find out which resistor you need, which is a lot easier because there's an infinite amount of resistance available between the 0 and the 500K of adjustment to get close to a standard value resistor. So this one is pretty close to. So it starts to go a little bit boomy around there, letting the lows through. So I could have as good as a 500K in there. I think this is 500K. I can't remember how I built Gizmo. But then when you put the bypass back on, the muddiness comes back out. But so I like it like that, which means that I'm going to take this out. I'm going to write this up with the values that's in my Gizmo box, and I'm going to save this and see what happens with it. I'm going to check and see. It's probably a 50, but well, I got the ruler out. I was doing something else. You can't see in the light. Okay, there, a little bit better. Oh, yeah, that's a 50. This should be then a 54. Yeah, so it's a 50-54, so it could be used as a neck in something, maybe, with this filter, you know, designed in series with it, and then it could be useful. But that's what happens there, and I like it better that way, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, I have definitely decided to replace the pickguard, go with the single coil TFA-65 from Artec. I was able to buy it off of Amazon, but it doesn't stock it here in Canada. They're shipping it in from China, from Music Lily, who are the distributors for Artec. And also the pickguard is going to come in from China, because I couldn't find something I liked here to replace that with the single cutout. So I'm thinking at the moment that I'm probably going to keep this TFA-65 new pickguard. Going to have to do something about the action. The action is still up there. I will probably, not probably, I will need to shim the neck to be able to get that down. And what we're going to do next is basically go to the bench behind me and you know, pop some of the stuff out. I'm going to temporarily, I think, lower this in order to do some checking of the nut. Gizmo is flying off of the nut, just to make sure it's very well cut, very nicely. The rounded edges on the stainless steel frets are great. I haven't tested yet or checked for high level frets, but that's another thing we'll do on the bench behind my green screen. So the toaster is making light toast at the moment. The volume pot is quite linear. Quite linear, I like that. I'm going to check to see if also these are splittable. Don't know if they're splittable yet until we pop them. The tone is definitely going to be like a 47. See, so if you want muddy, you can make muddy. That's what this is for, right? But you don't want to start with muddy, because that's just crap. If you start with muddy, everything downstream all the way to the amp is crap. All muddy, amplified. Indeed. Dolamo. I can change the tone on that. Enjoy-o. That Joyo Vintage Overdrive is quite a useful pedal on this board. I bought this US Dream at the same time as I bought the Vintage because I didn't know what it was, but it's a very heavy distortion. And that's only got a hair on. My Cool Music compressor works pretty good, except every time I turn it on, I get a hissing noise, which tells me there's a problem with the power supply in that. Now it's been sitting out on the stand for a couple of days, and let me tell you, every little speck of dust shows up on this puppy. But you know, the neck is great. It's smooth. I love that thin profile. Works, and oh yeah, the dots are luminescent. So we have some work to do. I'm waiting for some parts. It's going to take a bit. And in the meantime, we'll look at another guitar that's already been through the process and due to be released very, very soon. Thanks for watching it. Catch you in the next one. Appreciate all your support.